Hello everyone, RisingFunGaming here, and in this video I will be going through all the exciting news coming out regarding the new Monster Hunter game, Monster Hunter Stories. This game is unique because it marks the first foray of the Monster Hunter franchise into the world of RPGs. I am a huge fan of RPGs myself, and to have the world of Monster Hunter put into one is very cool indeed. So I will be going through information presented in a recent Famitsu magazine article, and to be thorough, we will also visit the Monster Hunter Stories official homepage. In this video, we will be focusing on the setting and the inhabitants known as the Riders. In future episodes that I'll be releasing shortly, I'll cover the battle system, the Hunter's City and other locales, and I'll also translate an interview had between Famitsu and the game devs. I hope you enjoy the upcoming videos, and please don't forget to like and subscribe if you do. It helps me know whether you would like to see more of this sort of stuff in the future. Okay, so here we have the Famitsu article of Monster Hunter Stories, and this is the first two pages outlining the story, setting, and the people known as the Riders. So let's dive right on in and translate this. We'll zoom up to the top left hand corner here, and you can see the protagonist riding a Rathalos, flanked with many other monster friends. Also upon the Rathalos is Nabiru, your feline companion, who has also stolen an egg. So you are all running away from something, I would assume, and I wonder what would be hatching from that egg. Up here it says, a Monster Hunter adventure the likes of which you've never seen before begins. Here is the first scoop of this new series. Interesting that they use the word series here. I won't speculate just yet, but does that mean there's going to be a sequel? It's probably a little bit too early to tell. Alright, so here's the title. I think they've misprinted here. That's supposed to be RPG, but anyway, it says The World of Monster Hunter as depicted through an RPG. And here's the intro. The newest in the franchise of the hugely popular hunting action game series, Monster Hunter, gets the RPG treatment? ? This game will depict the story of the Monster Riders, a people that can form bonds between themselves and monsters. In this issue, they're going to bring us an outline of the game, and they'll also interview the developers. Okay, so here is the story background. The story begins in the Riders' village. The protagonist is gifted with the Kizuna Stone, or Kinship Stone as I'm translating it. And upon proving himself or herself, because you can choose the genders of the protagonist, upon proving themselves by completing various trials, they achieve the title of Rider. Together with their best friend Nabiru, they gain experience and complete their trials, and then decide to go out into the outside world on a big adventure. At that time, though, a foreboding presence, a disquieting shadow approaches. The people are beginning to notice that this presence is making grave changes to the environment and the natural order of things. The hunters and riders are entrusted with the task of trying to figure out what is happening and putting a stop to it. A clue or key to uncovering the truth lies in both the Kinship Stone and the Hidden Shadow. The truth is wrapped up in an old legend. Alright, so that story bit there has been copied and pasted from the official website, but for some reason they dropped 3 of the sentences at the end, and those 3 sentences are as follows. The power of the kinship heightened through experience. The protagonist will come to know the true meaning of kinship. Here and now starts a grand adventure concerning the concept of Kizuna, or kinship. So it is probably the biggest theme that runs through this game, the whole idea of the bonds that tie the riders and the monsters together. Who knows what talents and powers will be unlocked through strengthening these bonds between various monsters, and it definitely sounds like you'll overcome any challenge, any shadow, any dark presence through amazing powers granted to you through your strong bonds with your monster friends. I love it. Pretty cheesy, not very original, but nonetheless, I'm a sucker for it. I love it. Alright, so we've got 2 images here straight from in-game. These are both images from the upper screen of the 3DS, and looks like we've got the female protagonist jumping on to her Otomon, which is the name of the monster friends, Otomon. We've also got Nabidu there, and there's an eye prey jumping. I don't know if he's going to attack us or if he's another one of our friends. Who knows? In the blue here it says, confront your difficulties using the power of your bonds, or Kizuna. Over here looks like, again, the female protagonist, maybe? I'm not 100% sure from the back, probably is. Along with Nabidu, and they're approaching a Kutku nest. Who knows if this is the first time that they are encountering the Kutku. In the blue over here it says, experience a Monhun RPG adventure. The rider and their Otomon, in brackets monster mounts or friends, is how I would translate that, set out together on a journey. Okay, to the top right here, looks like we've got a village and we've got the riders. Let's have a little bit of a zoom in. Okay, so here's an image of the village. It says here, the village where the riders live. It's interesting, I don't think they're giving us any official name for this village yet, by the way they've actually used the language there. But that's what it is. It's very pretty looking. I love this concept art. Looks like they're living in the highlands, and there's a nice old waterfall running through. Got a little Rathalos down there, who's one of their Otomon friends. Quite a few different houses and institutions here, no doubt. And what I really love, it really draws the eye, is this funky windmill replete with Rathalos wing fan blades in various states of repair. It's a very interesting scene. Okay, up here it says in the blue, the ones that live together with monsters, the riders. And here's an explanation of who the riders are. The riders are a community that live far away from the society of the hunters, going about and making their own living in a self-sufficient capacity. The residents of their lands live together in harmony with the Otomon, monsters that they have formed a kinship together with. The protagonist of this story is a novice rider, who, depending on your choice, will be a young boy or girl. Together with Nabidu and friends, you begin a grand adventure. Alright, so let's learn about our riders here. Here we have the protagonist. You can choose to be a boy or a girl, and those are the models. And the read up here. They are bright, curious, and energetic boy or girl, born and raised in the village of the riders. Upon becoming a rider, they decide to make a journey to the outside world, something they have yearned for a long time. Alright. Over here we have the Senpai Rider, and he's got a very cute little Otomon Kurapeko here. I love it. Okay, his explanation. He's a warm-hearted and very enthusiastic instructor. He gives the protagonist lots of advice. Alright, down here is your feline friend, Nabidu. Your feline friend that accompanies you on your adventure. He has a unique personality. So he looks to be a pretty interesting fellow. Can't wait to meet him. Alright, let's go and look at the village chief, or the elder here. And his write-up is a Wyverian man that takes care of the protagonist and the village residents. He is a playful old man, fond of making corny jokes. So it's a very typical archetype for Japanese RPGs, the elder gent that loves puns and other such interesting jokes. Over here, these two are yet to have a name as well. Again, I think they're waiting to give this information out. But anyway, what it says here, childhood friend girl. And her explanation or bio is, a lively girl who is always inquisitive and energetic. Brimming with energy, she is often seen pulling the arm of the protagonist along on whatever misadventure they get up to. And for the childhood friend boy, he has a kind and gentle personality. Just like the protagonist, he has set his sights on becoming a rider. Alrighty, very interesting. Again, we've got some in-game images here, a conversation between the female protagonist and the village chief here, who looks much younger than his concept art, doesn't he? It's very cool. We've got some sort of conversation. What's his? Veteran Rider is his name, and it looks like he's in this stables area. In the blue up here, it says there are other villagers. Oh, yep, there are other people you can become friends with within the Rider's village. Ah, yep. Okay, so there's other people to meet apart from those up here. Looks to be a very lively village. And as it says here, he's a veteran rider here. He's remarking that, what's he saying here? "Oh, you are the new novice rider. Will you be riding now?" So he's probably in charge of the stables. And over here is actually some concept art of the stables. You see some of the monsters. We've got some Aptonoth and the good old Rathalos here, but we've also got a whole bunch of eggs of varying colours and sizes, which is very, very cool. Over here it says the stables where your Ottomon live. Okay, very cool. Alright, so the little subtitles here, this says, regarding this picture up here, "A community has been formed with the construction of this village. Many facilities are available to help the novice riders party become strong." Aha! And the caption for this picture says, "The village also has a stables facility. See the shapes of the many coloured eggs over here?" I do. It seems as though these will hatch Ottomon. I agree. Alright, so that is the 2-page spread at the start of this article. Now we will go over to the official homepage and get some additional information. Okay, so now we're here at the official homepage of Monster Hunter Stories, and again we'll go through the world, story and the riders and a little bit extra. Okay, so up here it says "A look at the world," and the title says "An RPG depicting the world of the monster riders." It's a very cool image. I am absolutely in love with this one. It's so awesome. Alright, so here we have 2 images here, and the captions up here are, "What is a monster rider?" Monster riders are the people who form bonds with monsters. The monster riders, through using the Kizuna stone or the kinship stone, strengthen their bonds and are able to awaken hidden abilities. Very interesting. So together with this Kizuna stone, they'll be waking up abilities probably out of the monster and also out of themselves. Alright, so down here we got this image of the rider and good old Nabidu again in a big nest of eggs. And up here it says, "Monsters that have formed a bond with the riders are called Ottomon. You can add them to your party by hatching discovered eggs." And down here, "Together with your Ottomon, you will run about the various fields and take part in battles, increasing your experience as you go." Awesome. Alright, so down here, and we will go into them a bit more in a future episode of Monster Hunter Stories news, but we now see the village, or the city rather, of the hunters. So there are hunters and riders within this world. This title up here says, "A world where both the riders and hunters carry out their lives." Here's the riders village, which we've seen before, and the little caption here says, "Providing pleasant breezes and a bountiful source of water is the village of the riders. They lead a self-sufficient lifestyle in the verdant Alps." And over here we have the very impressive looking city of the hunters. It very much reminds me of Barubare, or what was it called in the English? Valhalla. Another seaside village. Well, Valhalla had the sand seas. This one has the actual saltwater sea and a bustling marketplace and cities. The actual caption here says, "A seaside city that attracts aspiring hunters and various other people. A lively and bustling city featuring a colourful marketplace and impressive and strong buildings." Very, very cool and very, very nice. It's very RPG-ish, isn't it? I love it. Okay, interesting little write-up down here. And it says up here, "The hunters live their life hunting monsters. The riders live their life raising monsters. The protagonists will have to play a vital role in bringing together the hunters and riders." So their worlds are going to come together. Who knows how much they know about each other? I would be very surprised if they've never heard of each other before. It's going to be interesting to see our protagonist discover them for the first time and see how they get along with each other. It will be a grand tale of them banding together. Alright, and the last part of the video, and we have this awesome concept art once again overlooking the city of the hunters. Our protagonist is actually upon an Azure Rathalos. Is it? His coloration is funny. No, I don't think it's an Azure. It's just a funny coloration, just like himself. Anyway, he's discovering it for the first time, and there's something off the island there as well. Who knows what that building is? Anyway, going down here to the village of the riders. And we have the cast. It pops up. I love this website. It's very good. One thing that the article in Famitsu did not include was the feline and Malinx. And they've got their own little write-up here, and it says, a beast humanoid species that can understand the human language, and they cooperate and take part in the affairs of humans. Very interesting indeed. Okay, so it's funny, like the monsters, like in Pokemon, don't really talk the human language. However, the cats do. So in Pokemon we had good old Meowth, and in this we've got the Ira and the Medaru, or the feline and Mealinx. They can understand English or whatever language is within their world. So it's funny how that sort of parallels with Pokemon. I thought that was funny. And also the monsters that you befriend are called Otomon. Very, very interesting indeed. Alrighty guys, that is going to be the end of this video covering the story setting and the riders. Please look forward to the next video, and we'll be looking at the battle system mostly. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy that. If you liked this, please do like it, and yeah, thank you so much for watching as always. This has been RisingFunGaming. Bye bye for now.